Welcome everyone to the SATAA webinar with Tomoko Abe. Tomoko, it's a great pleasure to welcome you. Tomoko and I think we first met in the UK at a peer PTSDA group when we were both preparing for our exams. And I've really admired you, Tomoko. Tomoko is a trailblazer in Japan. I think you're the first, only TSDA in education, really doing wonderful work, very involved in the international TA community. And it's so lovely to be able to be joining you for working with Jean Clark's Affirmations. You've done wonderful things with it in Japan. I still have a copy of your cards in Japanese, and you use them often. You post daily, and I think you really change people's lives in this simple but very deep way using these affirmations. So over to you.
Well, thank you very much. Very nice introduction, Karen. Thank you very much. You know, we met a little earlier than the ones in England. Weren't you in Osaka?
Osaka. Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah. So
right.
We first met in 2013 in Osaka.
We go back a long way.
Yes. And she came back to Osaka again sometimes later. I don't remember the when.
2019, I think. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So next time, if I have a chance, I visit Johannesburg, your place sometimes. Yes, that's what I want to tell you this time. Well, I'm Tomoko Abe. I lead this workshop for 2 hours. And I am very honored to be here. And I appreciate Karen to invited me this workshop. And thank you here, people coming to attend my workshop. I really appreciate it. I hope you can find something new and fun things for during these 2 hours. I'd like to introduce myself a little bit. And normally I don't do much, but I explain where I am from. I am from Osaka, Japan. It's 7 hours ahead of you. So now is 8 minutes after 5 p.m. the same day. And I checked the population of Osaka and in comparison of South Africa. And our population is almost, let me check my memo, 2.7 million people. And while the entire Japanese population is 125 million, which is a very huge number compared with South Africa. South Africa have almost 60 million people and 1.22 million square kilometers, a huge land. That's a 3.2, roughly 3.2 times bigger land than Japan. So we are so crowded places. We are living in a very crowded places. So I wish I can visit your place sometimes and see spacey area. And so this is my what you call that? Geographic profile. And then I just explain more about how I come to this workshop. As Karen said earlier, we met each other sometimes before. And today, I am very honored to speak about Trudy Newton's newly winning Eric Van Memorial Award paper, The Resilience Cycle. And also, I am going to explain explain you about Jean Clark affirmation cards. She is the pioneer of TA educational field, and she promoted this affirmation card and create and promoted entire her life. Then I can kind of show you two things at the one time. So I am so thrilled to do that. And I hope you like those theories and concept. Then let's go see the PowerPoint I'll share with you. Can you see the PowerPoint? It's okay? Okay.
Yes. Great.
All right, good. So the first PowerPoint shows the titles, Meeting Clark's Affirmation and Connecting with Newton's Resilience Cycles. Wait, now, see this one. And this is a picture of me. One of my friends took this picture last fall. And
we're seeing some of your desktop now. Not so well. It's okay. Covering.
How about this? Does it make us clear?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. Okay. Okay, this is the picture of mine. And this one is the card I made from Jean's affirmation card in Japanese. I made this 2012. And since then, I've been doing a workshop. And I kind of posted every day in Facebook to introduce to my colleagues. And if you need to contact me later this workshop, there is my emails, tomoko11 at fg7.so-net.ne.jp. You can write in English. So so this time, I am not going to explain the whole through this resilience cycle, but I emphasize it to these 2 hours. We experience her resilience cycle. That's the key things I'd like to share with you and together with experience it. To go in, I'd like to do the ground rules. This second PowerPoint slides, ground rules. Do you do the ground rules often in your workshop?
We usually do some sort of ground rules, contracting agreements. So absolutely. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I do the ground rule also. And sometimes I ask people why we do the ground rules, because the reason why we have a ground rule is to make this 2 hours effective, efficient, and safe, to create fun. Does that make sense to you? Okay. And I also do, when we are little, we were doing ground rule type things. Do you notice it? Have you ever played hide and seek? some of you smiling, and some my everybody played hide and seek. Okay, that time when we ask people, let's play hide and seek. How do you do after that? Do you remember? You can speak up.
I think it was immediately it's this debate about what are the rules of the game.
Yeah.
And
where we can hide, or the area we set up, and how many seconds we have to hold people or something like that. Yes, that's it. So when we are little, we already know the efficiency of the ground rules to have fun in safe atmosphere. So this is what I set up the ground rule today also. And I'd like to go with you again. Somebody coming. Okay, the ground rule, the first one, participation. It says challenge and have fun. We do not do the difficult things, but I am planning to have 1 or 2 breakout room sessions using Clark's affirmation cards. Do you have cards by hand? Okay, good. So we use those cards and play with a partner in the breakout rooms. So challenge and have fun. Does it make sense? Okay, good. This second one is right to pass. It says, keep yourself comfortable to be. Oh, you don't have to answer or contribute when you feel not right or not comfortable. Anytime you say something or do something, keep your mind, and if that's okay. So that's the keep yourself comfortable to be. You don't have to push yourself to do something. The third one is mutual respect. Prioritizing yourself. I sometimes explain this to my colleagues in Japan. Prioritizing yourself means express your thoughts, doing, and feelings. Many Japanese, we are raised in the culture of outstanding messages of please others. So we often tend to listen to the other people and not expressing what we think, how we feel or doing. And that means we discounting ourselves. So mutual respect is prioritizing yourself, and please free to say your thoughts, doing, and feelings. I don't know the reason why I say Japanese people, the reason why I say the Japanese cultures, because I don't know what's fits you or not. But it seems like you kind of nodding, so I think it's acceptable explanation. Then fourth one, in the confidentiality, it says sharing your own experiences allowed, but not others. That's the simple things. I think during this 2 hours, you can hear somebody else's individual personal experiences. We keep in this period of time. So these are the ground rule I set up and I explain it. Do you have any questions or doubts or some kind of comments on it? Is it okay to proceed it? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Well, this is very nice to start with. That everybody said there's nothing. We can see, we agree, each of us agree to the ground rules. This is very important. Then contract. There's a 3 contract we can get. Well, the first one is experience Clark's affirmation cards. We do experience the affirmation cards, so probably you can get this experience. Then second one, experience the power of potential transformation. I believe Jean's cards, Jean's messages has a pretty powerful potential transformation. And I want you to experience it. And also, maybe you find out your power of potential transformation. And the third one is meeting Clark affirmations and connecting with Newton's resilience cycle as our theme. Is this contract acceptable for you, or you want to add it something, or something you want to? Is that okay? Good. Very smooth. I like it. Thank you very much. So I've been talking about nearly 20 minutes, or 15 minutes by myself. So I want to hear your voice this time, checking in. Your name and how you are feeling at this moment, and any comments. This is optional. Can you hear from anybody? You want to start first? Who wants to start first? No? Okay, so,
I will speak if that's okay.
Sure.
Hi, hello,
Thank you
Tomoko.
for coming. Hi.
Sorry, first I want to apologize for coming late.
That's okay.
I was traveling yesterday and I'm not in my usual location, so I was feeling a bit disoriented. And I suddenly thought, oh God, I should be on Zoom. So I'm at the moment still feeling a little unsettled because I just sort of rushed and entered, and I'm trying to acclimatize myself still.
But I'm glad you are here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Anything you want to add it? That's all?
No, that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Be comfortable.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Can you point it somebody after you? Rawaya?
Rawia.
Rawia.
Olive. Oh, sorry, Clive. I can't read the.
Do you know how often I've had Olive? It's very funny. I've had emails addressed to me as Olive because that C is just, and I've had people phone me and ask for Olive, so I actually respond to it. So thank you. That's hilarious. So my name is not Olive, it's Clive. And how am I feeling? I'm feeling quite energized, but I'm feeling incredibly uncomfortable because I'm cold. And that's the temperature in this office is not working out, and the heater that I had is not working. So I at times might, if I suddenly duck off, it's because I'm going to go and get a jacket. And in terms of comments, I've looked through the cards and printed them out. And I just want to say I'm very excited to go through the experience today. I think it's going to be, it's very new to me, and I think going to be a very transformative and a great learning experience for me. So thank you for doing this.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy to have you, and get your jacket.
Yes.
Thank you. And can you name somebody for the next?
Sure, I will pick on Louise.
Hey, Louise, please.
Good morning. Thank you, Clive. I like the name. I like the name olive. I recently started eating olives, and they're quite tasty. So it's an acquired taste. So, Clive, we're going to have some fun today. My name's Louise Kutsia. I am feeling very excited because the last 2 weeks I've been working on affirmations and sitting with ideas and sort of thinking, where am I going to get more ideas? So when I saw this webinar, I joined immediately. So I'm really excited. I work quite a lot with parents and teachers and coaches and children. So I'm excited to use this in helping them. And every now and then when I look that way, is that I'm not looking at you, but I type a lot. So my typing's on the other side. So okay. Please excuse my neck going the wrong way. I'm not born that way. I just sort of need to type I like to type notes. So thank you so much for this. I'm really excited, like Clive also said, about the affirmation cards. It's phenomenal. I mean, all the stuff that's in there, I'm looking forward to explore and discover. So
wow.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much.
Too. Yeah, nice to have you. And I'm looking at this side too, to look at my different what do you call computer. So I'm sorry about that.
So it actually balances one another out. I'm looking that way and you look the other way.
Okay.
We in sync. We in sync.
Yeah. Great. Thank you, Louise. And can you name somebody for the next?
Karen.
Yeah, thanks, Louise. I've got some ovals on my desk, and I was getting excited, and I started just looking at some of them. I was amazing how 2 have already jumped out at me that seem to be quite similar. And I'm going, ooh, this is interesting. I wonder where this is going to take me. So I know this model and the ovals well, and I'm still going, wow, to be at the receiving end and work with it is so lovely. And I'm looking forward to what it's going to offer me.
Wow. Thank you. I'm very thrilled to work with all of you with this cards. Thank you. And
can
Karen,
Kirsty?
Okay.
Thanks, Karen. I am Kirsty, and thanks, Clive, for reminding me that my feet were cold. So I went and got my slippers, and now I'm much more comfortable. I am feeling warmer, and I'm feeling excited for this because I have a poster of these affirmations up on my door since my daughter was born. And as she's been growing, I've been reading through them as she goes through each stage, and I realize I haven't done that in a while. And she's now almost 20 months. So I'm interested to take my understanding a bit deeper and see how I can use it with her. And I'm also starting to support some new moms moms actually in a similar stage that I'm in. So I'm seeing how I could potentially pass it on to them as well.
Wow, that's nice. My grandson's going to be 2 in August, so same age with your daughter. Yeah. It's nice to see they are growing with thinking about the affirmation cards. Yeah. Thank you. And
Andrew, I think, is still to go.
Yeah, that's right. Andrew.
I'll bring up the rear. So I'm Andrew. To carry on the theme, I'm also a bit cold, but I did come prepared. I have a nice plush blanket ready for last minute needs. I how am I feeling? I feel excited to be here, excited to work with these two pieces of theory again. I haven't looked at them for a long time, so I'm looking forward to a bit of a refresher on that and seeing how they can come together. I've had a long period of quite disrupted time with there's been many public holidays and some vacation time. So this has been my week of kind of wading back into it. So there's maybe a bit of apprehension of that process as well. And I'm excited that this webinar is part of that process of wading back into the working space.
I hope this 2 hours workshop kind of gently push you behind and go.
Me too.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Let's see how it comes out. Yeah.
May I add something, Tomoko?
Sure.
Alem has sent me a message to say he's struggling to reconnect. So he didn't leave the call because he didn't want to be here. He's going to best to reconnect. And I think some of you know that he actually received the first Jean Clark award to promote educational TA. So it would be beautiful for him to be able to be here and experience her affirmations, but he'll do what he can from Ethiopia. It's sometimes the internet is a bit tricky.
Yeah, okay. I hope she's coming back, in a time. Okay. Or if possibly we can have this in YouTube. Good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to sharing your thoughts and what you're feeling, and very nice positive comments. That gave me lots of energy to start my workshop. As you realize, the English is my second language, and I seldom speak English in my area because I only speak Japanese here and not often speak English. So if it's difficult to understand what I'm talking about, you just raise your hand and ask me, then I'll try again to experiment it. Okay, thank you. Now, I want to go to the first card work using those affirmation card and experience first and go from there. I am going to do, I have asked Kirsty to make breakout rooms, 2 people in a group. So we will separate it in a small group. And what I want you to do is, in a group, you shuffle the cards. I hope you have cards in separate pieces like this. I have mine like a playing card size. So you shuffle the cards and draw one card. And the shuffle and draw one card is making more sense to some kind of the randomness. You can choose from the one deck of the cards. I think that there is almost 70 cards. Then exchange your card with your partner, but we are on the online. So if you can share like this, and if other person can read your cards, that will be fun. That will be fine. Then read the partner's message for her, for him. And when you read the message for your partner, please read slowly as possible, 3 times. I'll show the sample how I see it. If I pick one like this, if I read somebody's cards like this, I pick one here. Your love mature and expand. Your love mature and expand. Your love mature and expand. So 3 times you read it for your partner. Then switch the role. The person you are listening your cards, that you start reading for other person's cards. Does that make sense? Okay. Then each one of you reflect on how the affirmation resonate with you and your current experience or challenges. Take your time. The message, affirmation message, resonate with you and your current experience or challenges. Then share between two how you feel or what you think of something you kind of comes up. Then I give you 10 minutes for this card work and come back to the main room. Is the instruction clear for you? Okay, yeah. Then Christy, can you do the breakout room?
I've done, but for some reason, Karen and I aren't assigned to a room, so Karen will stay in the plenary, and Tomoko, you're going to go off to a room by yourself and then come back. Is that okay?
Okay.
How long do you want it to be for?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. Well, off you go.
Okay,
Thank you.
See you.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Welcome back. Oh,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. How was this 10 minutes for you? Any comments or anything? Can I have your voice?
It was quite bizarre. Sorry, Louise.
No, it's okay.
The random one that I got was this feeling of just, it was a bit of a shock feeling in the moment, and so just reflecting on that whole process of just thinking how impactful a randomized selection can have.
I hope you can recover from the shockness.
It was a good shock.
Okay, thank you sharing for that. Louise?
It's funny picking random. It's like being at a Christmas and you get a gift, but you don't know what it is. You kind of open it and you think, that's been there a while. I should have paid attention to that one. It was a good experience. It was a safe space. I felt safe to explore and just think about what it was and talk through it. So in the process, also learning something new about myself.
Good.
It was good. That's good.
Sounds great. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else? Rawia? Yeah, Rawia. Yes, please.
I wish we had more time. That's the only thing. And it felt actually like opening a fortune cookie or a tarot card, like my partner said. And it was very appropriate to the current situation. So it was nice to explore it in the current situation. So I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the safe space with which to talk about it. So that was nice. Thank you.
Thank you too. Thank you.
So
Oh,
sorry, yeah, for me, it was, yeah, I kind of felt like I was a tarot reading, that I was, you know, without predicting the future. It was more kind of looking at the present. And my card was very much something that I've been journeying with this week, actually, which was, so it kind of was quite, you know, serendipitous. And there was, you know, so it is, and it I suppose what I need to do in these affirmations is learn to take them and learn to believe them. And that was what was interesting for me. Saying it the 3 times, or having it said to me 3 times over, was very, because it was about saying, well, believe this now. You know, it's not just a card, you know, it's something that you really, and I thought that that was a very beautiful experience of being able to hear something being said to you in a way that said, you need to believe this.
Wow. Powerful. Thank you. Anybody?
I think I was also amazed. Sorry, Kirsty.
No, you go.
I was also amazed that just picking the 1 or 2 that stood out for me were what was already starting to be in my mind of, this is where I'm moving to. So the same thing, I think, that randomness, but wow, it's kind of spot on. And I, way back, I've experienced the cards where when we add in the person's name as well, it can add another level of impact. So Kirsty might have said to me, Karen, you can whatever.
Yeah.
To speak to your point, Clive, like, oh, it's got my name on it. I'm really going to take it in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's becoming more powerful to the message. Yeah. Thank you, Karen. Kirsty?
It was quite spooky, actually. Yeah, it was so appropriate, the one that I got. And it made my eyes water a little bit. It like really got me. I was like, oh, it felt like permission to do something I'd been struggling with. So that was a good feeling. Even though I still don't know what it suggested, it still felt nice to hear that it's okay to want to.
Wow. Wonderful. Thank you. Alema?
You unmute.
Yeah.
Oh, I was muted. I'm on the road in my car because here we have a problem of internet, as I told you last time, Karen. But I struggled just to cope up, and I reached to my last card, just the last card. But I think already it gave me a very big meaning when I see it beforehand, and experiencing it to repeat the concept 3 times, enters to you and becomes part of your belief. So I think it is very, very interesting approach to shape people, to change, to attitudes, and to experience transactional analysis in its deepest sense. I think it is very, very interesting exercise.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow. Yes. This is what most of the time I receive from the participant. They do the card work. They kind of start thinking about themselves, or some kind of inspire things comes out, or so forth. Let's go see the slide 6. Jean Clark's affirmation cards. Let me read it. By regularly engaged with Clark's affirmation cards and integrating affirmation into your life, you can cultivate a positive mindset boost self-confidence, and experience personal transformation. She just stated as it is, and that's what your experienced. And when I run TA Happy Card here, my participant often ask me, how do you know I need this message? Then I said, I knew it, everything. But no, that's, I think we have that affirmation already in our real self. We were born with it, but in somehow the way of raising, we kind of forget about that, the potential things. And Jean's affirmation kind of give our permission to remember our potentials. And this is a very nice things the Jean Clark made it. And what you felt is very important things, and I want you to remember that kind of feeling. What happened when you hear the card messages? You didn't have to think what's going on this or something like that. You don't have to think about the reason, but you can feel it. And that is, I believe, your Physis start moving. That's the moment our fifth is moving. Let's go to the slide 8.
Tomoko, we still
Yes.
not seeing the screen yet, so remember to share.
Okay. Thank you, Karen. Can you see the slide 8?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This slide, I copied from the book. So maybe something copyright things occurred. So don't share this to the worldwide. You can use this one for yourself, but don't share it to anybody else. But it's in Trudy's paper. And this is Trudy's resilience cycle. And this time I want to see the outer cycles only. The internal 2 cycles, the restorative cycle and preventive cycle, just ignore it at this moment. And right hand side, there it says affirmation. This is the card work we did. Then what happened is your real self or your potential things and the moving is the Physis. It's the diagram below the affirmation, the ego states, the arrows from the bottom child to top of the adult. This is what happened. And I believe what you felt was this is it. We often kind of intellectually understand what the Physis means. And you can you might be able to explain what the Physis is. But this time you experience it. And we always go back to experience this. Then after this Physis moving out, or when you receive the messages, you get the permission to rethink or redo something, or you care about the feeling. Then you kind of become autonomy, autonomize. If that sounds right? Yeah. You are not, you will be the okay position. Then next resilience cycle, the slide 9. Can you see this? This is what I wrote for you. Resilience cycle version South Africa TA Association. This is for you. So you get the affirmation here, and your Physis start moving. In the resilience cycle, you might think you proceed from Physis to autonomy matrix, CPA ego states models, working style, Wiener's triangle, social role triangle, autonomy system. This is the positive side of the racket system. Okay box. But this is not what happening. I believe from the Physis you are here, you can go any places you want to go. For instance, if you are if you start playing with game with somebody else, and you get the messages, and then you can go to Wiener's triangles and switch your roles from either rescuer or prosecutor or victim to the Wiener's triangles roles right away. That's the key to change your life. Or even you can go to the okay box. Karen Pratt says you can use the positive control parent, positive neutral parent, anything you can, use it, those theories and the concept. That's the you can get, you permit yourself to switch from the not well-doing system to those positive system. How do you understand what I'm saying? Any questions?
Tomoko, I really like the diagram, which from Physis, it goes to so many places. It's not like you've got to do it in sequence, because it gives the feel of expansiveness and opening up. And I'm thinking integrating adults, we moment by moment, we choose.
Yes.
How we want to be using the positive models around Trudy Newton's cycle.
Yeah, and we as people who knows TA theories, we have favorite theories and concept. So you can trust those favorite TA theories and concept and utilize it right away. If you like a stroke, then when you are okay position as a Physis is moving, you just give the positive stroke to the family, friends, the people at the work, or any person. Then the situation is changed.
Tomoko, just to, I see that Louise and Arawia have put up their hands. So Louise, if you want to go first.
Louise.
Okay. I would like to know, this book that you talked about the resilience cycle, who's the author of the book? Where you found this diagram in the the resilience cycle diagram. Who's the author of that book? The previous slide that you showed.
This one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Who's the author of that book?
Author?
The person that wrote the book.
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
Trudy Newton.
Trudy Newton.
Yes. This is from Trudy Newton's paper.
Oh, okay.
Or you can find it educational transactional analysis.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Rawia, do you want to come in next?
Yes.
Yeah, I just had a question actually, Tomoko, looking at your the other cycle where you said that someone can go from affirmations to Physis and then from Physis to anywhere in the circle. And I was curious whether in your work with the cards, whether you experienced the client not going into Physis in the first place.
Sometimes when people pick up the cards and for her or him didn't make any sense out of it, then I ask them, you can pick second cards. And most of the time, from my experience, they pick second, when they pick up the second cards, it makes sense to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's kind of permission to choose your life. The same things.
Tomoko, for me,
Yes.
something that really struck me was with your the diagram that you put together, sort of something that a dot that connected was Physis and intuition, and because over time I'd been interested in Physis out of TA theory, and then sort of on a parallel line been thinking about intuition, and I've been lucky enough to work with quite a few clients where the theme is re-engaging with their inner voice and intuition, and this picture that you put together links them, and it's it's one of those moments of the flash of the blinding obvious, or whatever those funny things are, going, oh my goodness, it's not separate tracks, they're actually together.
Yes, together. Inspired. Probably they open up your real self, or the original potential things. That's the moment it's inspired. Then they put in a meaning or some kind of story making from that. Then you can get more specific what's going on in yourself. So you can put in a verbal, you can say in words, those inspiration.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, I think it's happened the same times.
Tomoko,
Sure.
Elena has asked a question in the chat.
Okay.
To say, what is Physis in this circumstance? What does it mean?
Oh, okay. Physis means, let's go back to this slide 8. There is an ego states. Alema, you can you see it? Ego states. Then Physis means the energy the child how hold it originally, kind of get the power to going through adult and parents' ego states and kind of open up your energy.
Okay.
Most of the
Okay.
time, yeah. Does it make sense to you? Most of the time, our child is kind of scared and kind of not comfortable to be free. But affirmation give you the power to be okay, to be free, okay to be yourself. Type message.
Okay. So like a child, like adaptive child, like
Yes.
adaptive child, not rebellious one.
Well, even a very rebellious child,
Okay.
we sometimes need that in a positive way.
Oh,
Rebellious
okay.
child is not always negative.
Yeah,
So everything
okay.
goes, positively.
It is all related with liberty, like liberty, with liberty.
Liberty.
Because children, I mean, in very small ages, yeah, even if when they are rebellious or any kind, sometimes they tend to feel powerless and like shy and that. So Physis is what I understanding is the power that comes from within to say that I am free. I have to be free, like that emerges something from within.
Right. That sometimes we need to say no, or I don't want to do it, to protect yourself.
Yeah.
That's the Physis we are moving in.
Oh, interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, there is we need everything. I believe whatever we experiences from the beginning of our life is our treasure, resources. But sometimes we are not be able to use in the right way or right timing because we have lots of stresses from outside. Do this or not do that. Stop it in those injunction things.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope that helps you, help out everybody. Yes, Louise, please.
I find when we did that little exercise, what the affirmation did for me, it allowed my child to express words that I didn't have. To be able to say something that you don't really have a word for. Sometimes you are stuck in an area, but you don't have a word to express it. So I found that affirmation card was expressing what I was feeling. I just didn't know how to say it. So it gave me that liberty to say, this is it. This is what I'm feeling. Now I just need to think. Now I need to think through it and process it and allow it to just flow and just be and actually just live it. So when you talk about the Physis, it reminds me a lot of that thing of sometimes you are in a space where you're afraid to just step out and live something because you don't have a word for it. So now the affirmation card gives you a word, and you can have some platform to step on and say, okay, it's okay. It's all right to be this. Yeah,
that's exactly what's going on. That was I called potential transformation card house, and also potential transformation you have in yourself. Those are the things. Seems like everybody got the sense of the affirmation and Physis moving. And as slide 9 shows, then as you learn TA theories, you can use those theories like tools to make your life different. I have a suggestion to do the second card work at this moment. We still have 45 minutes left. Is that okay with you? Let's challenge it. Okay, good. Kirsty, can you do that? I failed it the first time, so I'll listen to Kirsty.
Is that in pairs again?
Yes, different pair, if possible.
And for how long?
10 minutes. Well, do you need more time? Louise need more time, was it? No. The wire needed more time. So 13 minutes.
13.
Yeah.
Sorry, are we doing the same again, but with a different card?
Yeah, different people and different cards.
Okay, thanks.
So shuffle the cards and pick one and have people read for you.
Okay, so same exercise again. Cool.
Right. Mm-hmm.
All right, off we go.
Welcome back. Did you have a good time?
Great time.
Great, great, great. Can you share some of it? How you guys having a fun within a breakout room?
I'm happy to go first if that's okay with everyone.
Thank you.
So I found this really interesting in the sense that the card that I got didn't feel like an affirmation in the beginning.
Mm.
So yeah, something about it felt instructional, and I didn't feel like it was an affirmation. And as we explored that with my partner, in time, as we explored it, and why does it feel this way? And at the end, actually, it was an affirmation in a sort of an indirect way. But it took a while, and I'm very grateful for my partner. I was with Louise, who really helped bring that up through the exploration. So I found that a very interesting exercise, that perhaps sometimes in the beginning it might not feel like an affirmation, and to stay with it a bit and see what's the underlying unconscious message, so to speak.
Mm. Yeah, so more you experience it, you can get the more affirmation you need.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you, Rawaya. Thank you very much. Anybody?
So I don't mind going next, if that's okay. I had quite an interesting response to my affirmation because I struggled to really take it in. I felt a resistance that I need to sit with in terms of it, because there was one part of it which I could understand and resonate with, but there was a second section to it that I went to a situational, almost I placed it situationally rather than existentially, like I did the first time round, as being a life affirmation. I kind of took it into being in a specific situation, and that was interesting for me that I did that. So I need to sit with that affirmation more and see where my resistance lies around it, because I think that would be some interesting work to do.
Yeah, anything happen through card messages, you just receive it as it is, and nothing the correct answer or result, anything. Just, oh, okay, here this is what I feel. I am rejecting this part of the message. That's okay. Then, yeah, enjoy what you are now, and maybe next day you'll pick up the same card and different things happen.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I was with Rayua, and it's just so, it's like having a ball of clay in your hands, and it starts off as nothing, and as you start talking and you start expressing and thinking and hearing and feeling, it forms into something that you didn't think it would be. It was definitely an experience I had in the week, like I explained to her. The affirmation in the beginning, it felt like, oh my goodness, I missed this one. And as we talked through it, I realized it wasn't. It actually did succeed. It moved from a child throwing a tantrum to a parent correcting, and then right into adult phase. So it was a learning process going through all those ego states. First child, then the parent, and then ending up in the adult. So it was definitely an affirmation after our chat. So thanks, Rewa. It's amazing listening when you talk and your partner is like a soundboard back to you, because often you speak through things and you don't hear what you say, and your partner soundboards it back, and then you hear, I actually didn't miss it. It actually is an affirmation. So that was good. So yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's often happened during between the two people dialogue, and that kind of raised the whole space happier or the wider or different things. And we can do it in the everyday life. Dialogue with other people and find out something new aspect or some new idea. When you feel comfortable to be with it, you can do it. Thank you, Luis. That's what I want to tell you too. Thank you.
I'll jump in.
Oh, sure.
It was an interesting follow-on from my first affirmation. It made sense. They were connected. But also, when I heard it, I was like, I can understand how I would say that to my daughter, but I struggle to receive it as something that I need. It sounded like something a parent says to a child. And so I couldn't understand how I could receive it. And then what landed for me was, I don't need to hear that from my actual parent. I can hear that from my inner parent. I can be my own parent. So it felt like a reparenting almost tool of how I could use that affirmation. And then that felt very powerful, actually.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
It is interesting. Sometimes the message you often hear from somebody, or you can see on a book or something else, nothing happened. But once you kind of look at that message and try to resonate what's happening, then different stories start. We have that kind of the power. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Kosti. Anybody?
I'm happy to share something.
Oh, sure.
I also felt that the affirmation I chose this time deepened the one I worked with the previous time. And the thing that really struck me was what you said, Tomoko. You said we are born with the affirmations in our real self. And I thought, wow, isn't that a wonderful way of almost that the potential for all these ways of believing in ourselves is actually there. And we just, so much of our journey is maybe we've lost it and we've got to connect with those and remember them. And I'm thinking that's probably why they resonate with human beings, because the essence of a human being in their highest sense has all these sorts of beliefs and messages. So we started getting into quite a almost philosophical, spiritual discussion just as the group ended. With Kirsty and Alema, we were in the group together. So
Wonderful.
They've impacted me.
Thank you. Do you remember Eric Barnes said, we were born as prince and princess. All we have to be happy with other people. So we have our potential already. Just knock the door and open the door and be like that. Thank you, Karen. Anybody?
Me also, I think the same feelings. My statement, for example, was I am okay in here. So that message, I feel it is coming from adult message. It is an adult message. And to say like that, I have to believe that the other folks are okay also. From that understanding, that affirmation can really make sense. Yeah, not only because I say it, but the understanding, the belief that I have on the other part of group should be that they are okay. I mean, we are all okay. We are all okay. So the affirmation works, really. That's what I feel.
Nice. We are okay.
Yeah, we are okay. Means that everybody has a say to say. Everybody can choose. Everybody has viewpoints. My viewpoint should not be overloaded on others, but I am okay. Whatever I say, whatever I believe, and they are okay. So that affirmation comes really workable in my life, if that is. That is how I sense it.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, if more people knows we have real self and all the potential good stuff we have, then I think it's easier for us to live. At last, I think we have 15 minutes. The affirmation cards Jean made was based on Tom Levin's developmental state cycle. So we can use these cards, not only the child, but any ages up to the end of the life. We can recycle this those developmental stage on and on and on, the second time, third time, and so. That means this affirmation cards, we can use it anytime in a day or a week, many times. And some of you said the first card and the second card kind of resonate and kind of enforce the messages. We Japanese find that things too. So this is a special for you. I didn't plant it, but we can use, we call that 5 cards select. 5 cards select. You think about the one thing, if that's a relationship with your family or people or something you thinking about the business, then pick one card and then put on the table. Keep thinking about the same thing, and second card and third card, and you have a 5 cards on the table, and you resonate and make story out of those 5 cards. That kind of makes me laugh at it, how this story comes out from this deck of stories, and it's fun. And try it sometimes. My participant often take the picture with their iPhone and put on a iPhone's how do you call that picture. Once you open it, you see it, that 5 cards listed, and enforce your days or project. You can do it. And affirmation cards you can use yourself, of course, and you can read your children and work at the colleagues at the work, in school, any place. And sometimes if they don't know about the TA, that's okay. Well, some of my colleagues who are counselor, they sometimes stuck with a client. Then they use this TA happy card, affirmation cards. And some of you said same things. The clients find out some clue to solve their problem, sometimes from this card. And one of my friends says, my clients come to my session to pick this cards. That was that's how his first contract, pick the cards first and start from there. So you can use any way these cards and get familiar with it, and enjoy days in your work. Yeah, I think that's all I need to tell you about workshop. I thought I see your experience with the cards and find out the potential transformation with the cards and yourself, and see those through these cycle in your experiences. And the last, go back to this, let me share the PowerPoint. Go back to the slide 9, and there is a empty box here. Then what do you put? What words do you put in this box for you? Originally, this one, the symbiotic relationship with no discounting, without discounting. Then replace this. What can you put in this? Think about it. I was reading Perrin's article in this educational transactional analysis last night again, and see last paragraph, then I thought we want to, in a group, I want to think about what we put this here. No idea.
The thing that I'm not, the first thing that comes to my mind here is about an encouragement to lean in, and maybe it's something about lean in, trust the process. So it's for me thinking about how you've drawn that cycle. It's that it's not the finish of the cycle. It's the launch pad to another iteration or round of the cycle.
It's a start and some kind of goal of the cycle.
Yeah. Maybe also there's as I hear you say that back, a moment to reflect and be grateful of their experience.
That sounds good. Any other? Yes, Louise.
When I look at the box and I think of a goal, the goal is not perfection. The goal is growth and learning, and it's ever changing. Because the first time you go around, you have permissions that you give yourself and affirmations that you experience and certain physis that you move into. And then you get to a next platform, and then it's another round. And every time it's a growth and learning, growth and learning, growth and learning. So it's not stopping really, it's just continuous. And every time you just at a next level, next level, next level, you allow yourself to experience more affirmations, more permissions, and you grow in that way. Thank you.
Look, exciting. It's a growing upper spiral things, growing and extending. Thank you. That's nice.
So I think I would use the word awareness then. It's like every time I have an awareness, I do a thing, and then I have a new awareness, and then I do the thing.
Yeah, that's nice. That awareness inspires me, says, no, to know you feel uncomfortable. Sometimes when we feel uncomfortable among the relationship or the work you do, you just ignore it and let it go. But that's kind of nice to be aware of good things, bad things. Thank you, Kirsty. Karen, please.
Tomoko, a few moments ago, you said something about a spiral, and Andrew, I saw you smiling, but I know in our work together over the years, you've got a beautiful graphic of, instead of Physis as an arrow just going up, Andrew saw it as a spiral going up, and almost in that square, if I see that spiral going up with the arrow, that for me would really hold it.
That's nice. So we can have your own like a goal or the image of that in that corner. It's nice. Maybe 5 or 10 years ago, you are there. You're a picture of some future, your future picture. Maybe that's nice. Actually, I thought I would, once I put that in the corner, how I explain this? Ubuntu. The current told me they have a word said Ubuntu. So if I put the Ubuntu here, that's probably that are symbiotic, but no discounting. All the big people taking care of the little people, but there's no discounting. And give the permission and affirmation, then people are start activating Physis and do whatever they need to do and they want to do, and kind of good upper spirals. Put anything you think's fit for you, and enjoy your life fully and fun. Last pages, I put some of the references, but if you need more references, it's look at the Trudy's paper.
If I quickly add that we hadn't had a chance to send out the slides yet to the group, but I have got them. I'll pass them on to you, Kirsty, and then certainly if you email them to all the people that got those references.
Good, good. Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, thank you for being with me and the very active work you have done. And you gave me a lots of positive talk, and I am ready for the tomorrow. Every time I do the workshop, well,
you carry on.
Go ahead. Well, every time I do the workshop, I get the energy from you and from the participant. That's a good part of the doing those workshops. Do you get any, do you get all the, what you need from this 2 hours workshop? Good, good.
And
oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. This has been an amazing experience for me. Especially the breakout rooms, meeting the people I have, and their process in helping me grow through it. Yeah, so thank you so much. If I suddenly disappear, we've got load shedding in Worcester. So it goes off at 12, and I see we finish at 12, really.
Okay, Louise, you will be the partner of for the next person around you.
Excuse me? Sorry.
You will be the partner for the other people when you use the affirmation cards.
Okay.
Then they can be happier.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah,
I'm going to give them clay.
Good. Play with the card.
Play with the card.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hug you.
I think that was really lovely from Louise, and open up to everybody else that wants to share their closing experiences. Alema, I see that you've unmuted yourself.
So it's time to close the session.
Well, it was
I promise you, I give you the 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry, I have to drop off because I have a 12 o'clock, but I just want to say thank you. I've really enjoyed this experience, and actually on my desk I have Growing Up Again, which I'm reading through and to have tucked into a little bit. So my hurry up driver has kicked in, and I've already started reading while we were in the workshop. So I'm very keen to take this forward. So thank you. It's been so lovely. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Apologies that I have to drop off, but I've got to get into another session.
Thanks,
okay, yeah.
Thank
Have
you.
A good time. Good luck with the book. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Myself also, I want to thank Tomoko for your. Is it finished or okay? We are there. So thank you for inspiring us with playing cards, new ideas, new inspirations, because we are day to day learning new experiences, and you are helping us to see them in new ways. I really thank you, and I want to salute you from my heart, and thanks very much.
Thank you, be here. Thank you very much, Alma.
Anything more? Karen, I see
Thank
that
you,
you're unmuted.
Sorry,
Rabia.
thank you, Tomoko, for this workshop. I really found it a beautiful reminder of the cards. I tend to forget them. I don't know why. I should reflect on that. I tend to forget the cards. So this for me was really beautiful to remember how helpful they are, to reflect personally, but also to use them with others. So thank you very much for today.
Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thanks, Tomoko. If I add my thanks to what the others have said, it's such a, I feel refreshed and filled up to have been on the receiving end of some learning and reminding and powerful work. I actually couldn't wait, and I chose 3 more cards to have my 5 cards, and it's like, wow, I've kept them out looking at them there. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for inviting me here. Thank you.
I also just want to put my voice in to say thank you. I feel like I've received something for myself, but also for my daughter, and I'm excited to use this in a different way, bring it into my work. Yeah. So thank you. Learned a lot.
Thank you for helping me. Thank you.
Tomoko, from my side, personally, I really enjoyed this experience, and I think it really has been an experience. I think a couple of times in my notes, I've written the word experience and underlined it, and I think that was something that you were really hoping for us to have from this time. And then with my SATAA hat on, an official thank you for coming and sharing with us, putting together such a wonderful collection of work and bringing it to life in your own way. And I look forward to the opportunity of connecting with you again sometime in the future.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And you have a nice day.
So everyone, that's the end of this now. The recording will be available on YouTube, and as Karen mentioned, we will send out the slides to the participants. And we look forward to seeing you all again soon. That's another one of the SATA events.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.